Hey everyone, how are you doing? It's Wednesday night and this is a bonus edition of the LinkedIn Bakery serving up bite-sized tips. I'm your host, Fain Brandt, and I'm super excited to be wrapping up January with my new friend Sue Crum, who's an amazing author, best-selling Amazon author, and she is the decluttering queen. She is going to serve up some awesome tips of how we can declutter our lives digitally, paper, our offices and our homes. And I don't know about you guys, but I sure could use some help on decluttering my office for one, and just kind of getting rid of things that no longer serve me, right? So Sue, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Mary.
Yeah. Sue and we first met at the marketing success team in December, and I knew as soon as I met Sue that I had to have her on my show just because you just seem fabulous and very knowledgeable and very passionate, right, about organizing and decluttering. Like there was just a fire in your eyes about it. And I actually like to organize. I organize other people very well. So
that's good. You're on the way.
I'm on the way, right? So, I'd really like to know, Sue, how did you get started in this business?
That's a great question. I was in a totally different career. I was a school administrator, assistant superintendent, acting superintendent, principal at 3 different schools. And I relocated from Los Angeles County to San Diego County because of my mother's declining health. And I kind of took a step back and got into interior redesign and staging homes for sale. Totally different career than what I had been in for years and years. But what I noticed in staging homes, number one, everybody has stuff. And if you're going to put your house on the market, I don't care what your zip code is. I don't really care, because if you've got the dirty laundry on the couch, nobody's going to notice the architectural features of your home. So I really enjoyed doing that, and I found myself helping people get organized to put their house up for sale, but also if they wanted to stage their home to stay, which is kind of different. So not just selling your house, but, once you get the clutter out, you can really enjoy your own home. And so many people, they had visions of doing that when they moved in, and then life interrupted and they just, shoved things in different corners and closets.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never done that.
Yeah. And then when company's coming over, another plastic bag of mail gets in another closet. So I really loved doing that, and I found professional organizing very rewarding, and really kind of got me back into training and teaching others, which has been my whole background, and helping other people get rid of the stuff that's blocking them. There's so many reasons why clutter takes over for people, and if they can just kind of break through, then they get on with the life they imagine and the life they deserve.
I like that. We have similar backgrounds, so there's a reason that we were connected. Because I want to see something. So we both have the school background.
Okay.
And then we both had mothers that had declining health.
Yeah. There you go.
And we made career transitions.
There you go. Oh, wow. See, I didn't know that about you.
I didn't know that about you either. So we did grab some coffee sometime or tea and get to know each other even more. But yeah, we have similar paths, we'll say.
There you go.
So have you always been someone who is like super organized?
No. I always talk about there are people that are like born organized, and it's a very small percentage. It's like less than 12%. And you probably might remember those folks from grade school where they had all their shoes lined up, and that if you went over to their house. I was never, ever that person. I was always one of the youngest in my class, and I started kindergarten at 4. But when it moved on into first and second and third and fifth and 8th grade, I didn't know what I was doing. I was always disorganized, always looking for my papers, always looking for a pencil that worked. And as it turned out, by the time I got into high school, my mother came up with a brilliant idea my sophomore year that I should be retained since I was struggling so much. And she went to the principal with that idea, and the principal said, well, you're about 10 years too late with that. So that would have worked, 10 years ago. So I scrolled down through high school, and then at graduation, everybody, gets a different prize, and, there's the prom queen and the National Honor Society and the president of the student council. And I got voted messiest locker. And
What?
I thought, this was back in Illinois where I grew up. And I said, I've got to change my ways. And so I thought, this is how I'm going to be remembered in the state of Illinois, messiest locker. So I've got to figure this out, or I'm just not going to make it in college. And so I went away to school, and during that summer between high school and college, I read up on how to be a college student, how to have study skills, how to organize your life. And that really was a turning point for me, because I finished and graduated in 4 years, and at 21 thanked my parents for raising me, and I bought a red convertible and drove to Southern California. So
Nice.
Southern California ever since. But I figured it out between senior year of high school that summer and my freshman year of college, I probably never would have finished.
Wow. Oh, hold on. So I'm sharing this with some other people. So sorry about that. So, thank you everyone for joining us. If you're just getting started here with us, we have Sue Crum, a Amazon best-selling author, and what is the name of your book again, Sue?
It's Clear Your Clutter. I have it right here. I can hold it up.
Sweet.
Clear Your Clutter, 50 ways to organize your life, home, or business so you can become more calm, focused, and happy.
I love it. Thank you. So I was just trying to share the Facebook Live to everyone, and we have some tech issues. Yes, it's a little echoing. Jenny, thanks for letting us know. I'm going to try one other thing.
Okay.
Okay. So, Jenny, I just took out the earbuds to see if that helps at all. I don't know why it's echoing tonight. So, thank you for continuing with us even through the echoing. Let me go back here. So, you guys, we're having them. Oh, it is. Jenny says it's better now. So, you know what? Maybe these are dead because they do die after a while. I think I am just going to put these away. Can your guest wear headphones? Stephanie Liu, who is my Facebook Live muse, she is fabulous. And if anybody ever wants to learn about Facebook Live, she's my gal. She said if Sue had any earbuds, maybe that would help. Your guest
Do you want me to put on earbuds, or do you think they were your earbuds that were a problem?
She actually thinks it could be your speakers feeding into your mic. Thank you, Stephanie.
Right.
You are a doll. I just love you to death. So let's try that, Sue.
All right.
So Sue's going to plug in her earbuds and see if that helps.
Okay.
So Stephanie, let us know if that sounds better. And I'm just popping back over here. So we have some people both. Okay, Stephanie, I will put my headbuds. Stephanie says that I need to have them back on. I actually feel like I'm going to put them back on because we want our guests to have a quality show and not be distracted by sound issues. So Stephanie, I'm putting them back on just for you, girl. Let's see. Okay, I think it's my headphones, you guys, because I hear static in my ears. Gotta love technology. I have a love-hate relationship with it. So I love it when it works and I hate it when it doesn't. So, Sue, let's try to get through this. I really want to provide some value to our audience.
Okay.
Stephanie's laughing. She's like, LOL. Yeah. Stephanie, you know me and technology. Girl, me and you, I need some help with technology. We need a coffee date too. So, Stephanie says it sounds good. So, Sue, you're back on.
Yes.
And I want you to share with our audience some tips on how they can start. Because I'm going to say this to my audience. Audience, I don't know about you, but I get overwhelmed. And when I'm overwhelmed, I just check out. Like my office, if it gets too cluttery, I don't want to do anything because I don't know where to start. So Sue, why don't you talk about how to get started?
Great. Well, I noticed when you sent out the invite, it was clear your kitchen clutter and more. And I just want to share with you a study that was done in the Environment and Behavior publication. And since this is still January for, a few more hours, National Get Organized Month, the top 2 resolutions that people tend to make every year are lose weight and get organized.
Oh my gosh, I'm on both of those.
The Environment and Behavior publication did a study about women, and women who had a messy kitchen ate twice as many cookies as women who had an organized and calm kitchen. So if you had those 2 New Year's resolutions at the top of your mind for January, losing weight and getting organized, take a look at your kitchen space, because maybe the messy kitchen is having you reaching for cookies more often than you want. Now, the problem with New Year's resolutions is they really don't work, and they're gone before Super Bowl Sunday. So they don't have anything specific with them. And I'd really like your audience to kind of think about not necessarily New Year's resolutions, but maybe more of this is the year you're going to eat more healthy, or this is the year you're going to clear up some of the messes that have been holding you back from greater success. And look at it that way. So where do you start? And here's the thing that happens so often. When I do a lot of public speaking and people get really jazzed and motivated and they go home and they start to tear apart a 3-car garage. And I say, no, never start at that end. You have to really start small. The number one thing is you have to really decide enough is enough is enough is enough. And you say, well, 2018, this is the year I'm going to have less. But there's feedback going on.
Hold on. There we go.
Okay.
Is that better?
So, yes, thank you. So you have to start small. And if you start in your kitchen and you're saying, boy, I really love to eat more healthy this year, but I really want to have an organized kitchen, you can start really small by taking one category of the kitchen. You can take the freezer and just say, you know what, I'm going to set a timer, and in the next 20 minutes I'm going to look at what's freezer burned in my freezer that I need to release to the universe. Or what is food I don't even know what it is.
You're talking to my husband right now because he just he just said like last night, honey, we have a lot of food in the freezer. Like he said, I think we have steak in there that I didn't know about. We need to eat everything in the freezer and clean it out and not buy anything else. So like literally you're talking to my husband and what he wants to do.
Well, sometimes we get into those big box stores and, they've got 12 of these or 24 of these and we think, oh, what a deal. And we put it, we eat 2 and we put the other 22 in the freezer. And then we don't really label it well, or we can't find it because it's underneath everything else. And we just buy new and stack on top. So you have to start small for big changes. So if it's the kitchen, and you want to start the freezer, the refrigerator, the pantry, you pick one area and you just start and look at just your spices. So that's what you can do for kitchen. But for any area, I always say you start small. The number one thing is you're deciding enough is enough is enough is enough, and that less is more. Because what happens, like in our closets, in our clothes closets, we only wear 20% of what's in our closet 80% of the time. It's the Pareto principle.
Okay, that's me right now. So
okay,
I am
you reach
trying
for your favorites, don't you, Mary?
I'm trying to figure out what I need to get rid of. And for me, I love clothes, and so I want to be real honest here, audience. Like, I've put on some weight and I still hold on to those clothes that I can't fit into, and I'm like, that's just silly. I just need to donate them. And bless someone else with that stuff.
Right.
And I do reach for the same things. Like, this is probably one of my favorite outfits. I wear it all the time for speaking or if I'm going to be on, right? So it's crazy. So So do you take everything out of your closet and then?
Well, ideally, that's the best way to go if you can, and probably with a good critical eye friend. If you can go big and take everything out of the closet and block out a large block of time for this, you can actually get into the back, you can vacuum the closet, you can wipe down the walls, you can really kind of reorganize the
You mean
space.
I'm supposed to clean my closet? I'm supposed to wipe down the walls and vacuum the floor?
You know, whoever gets back in there, nobody.
No.
And what happens so often when we move into a space, we've got maybe somebody helping with the move, and they're just putting things in the closet, and we're over in the kitchen or making the beds, and we never get back in there. So there's clothes that never get worn, and I always say, you know, those poor clothes, they're feeling sorry, they never get taken out. But if you have a block of time, you can bring out all the things from the closet. Now, let's say you don't have the block of time. You can just schedule and say, I'm going to do one section. I'm going to just look at shoes today. I'm going to bring out all the shoes. Or purses. I'm going to bring out all the purses. Or pants. I'm going to just try on all the black pants.
So
just one part.
Stephanie says that the clothes on the floor won't let me vacuum the floor. Haha. She also said that she did the Konmari. Is it Konmari Method?
Yes. Yes.
So, and I think my friend Shelly Mitch is on. She actually turned me on to that, and I bought that Audible book, but I only listened to a little bit of it. But you're only supposed to hold on to items that bring you joy. So I have really nice blouses, like nice button-up business blouses that I haven't worn in 18 months.
There you go. There you go. So, and you're probably not going to wear them. So one technique you can do with the closet is to turn the hangers the other way. And then as you wear an item, you take it out and you wear it, and then you put the hanger back the right way. You'll notice which clothes are being worn and which clothes are not. That's where you can start to let go. And I say release to the universe, because there are so many agencies and so many organizations that could use items that are just sitting in your closet being unused. And Mary, as far as the ones that don't fit you, what you might do is just get them out of that regular main closet, kind of put them in a separate closet, a hall closet or another bedroom closet, but get them out of your living space so you're not walking in there every day going, oh, I wish I was back in that size.
And it would free up a lot of room.
Yeah, and you'll have room.
Well, I have these business blouses because they're very nice, and my aunt gave me some, so I didn't even pay for them. But they're not the type of blouse I wear anymore, and so but they're expensive, and I think that's why I'm hung out. But wait, I didn't pay for them. Why am I holding on to them? I think that, you know, this was on my goal list for this year, getting healthy and decluttering. And we got rid of a lot of stuff in our garage. I think I'm going into that closet, and I'm going to put this right here, folks. I'm filling up a large trash bag, and I'm going to go donate it to the Tomorrow Project, where it helps homeless women get off the street and get jobs. They need work clothes, right?
Yes, they do. That's fabulous. You know, once you identify a charity or an organization that you support, it's really releasing to the universe and letting those clothes have another chapter in somebody else's life. Because it's a chapter that maybe you've already finished or that you're not going to go back to. And we live in chapters of our lives. We're all in different chapters. So we kind of have to let go of those kinds of things.
I love that you said that. Again, something we have in common, because I call it the Book of Mary. That's, so I call my life the Book of Mary. And when I went through a lot of transition in my life, you know, through divorce and all that, I said, oh, I'm starting a new chapter in the Book of Mary. So that's just ironic that you mentioned that.
That's how I think we all live, in chapters.
Yeah. So I've got people saying hi. So Shelly Mitch says, hugs and bags will love my clothes. Hugs and bags, a mutual friend of ours, Jacqueline Penhose. She has this nonprofit, Hugs and Bags, and they give clothes out. I don't know if it's every Sunday, but Shelly Mitch, why doesn't everyone, if you have an organization that could benefit from our household items and our clothes, I challenge you all to drop a link here in this Facebook Live show, because we all have something that we resonate with, that we relate to. And so let's help each other find that. If you don't have that organization, drop a link in, and I just challenge you all to drop a link, and let's clean out our closets, let's clean out our homes, and let's go bless other people with it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, that's a lot about our personal stuff. So we've talked about the kitchen, and we've talked about, the clothes, which I think is probably the biggest. I would say that the clothes, right? Shoes and bags are probably one of the biggest cluttering areas, but we don't think of it as clutter because it's clothing that we need.
Or it's retail therapy, which some of my clients get into, and it gets a little dangerous.
That's me.
Because when we don't feel good about something's not going well, we go out and shop. And now, of course, with the internet, we don't even have to leave our home or get out of our bunny slippers.
Oh my gosh.
And it's delivered within the day. So it's a very scary, slippery slope we can get on by thinking the next dress, the next outfit will make us happier than we've been.
Right.
So we have to kind of look at our stuff in relationship to, is it really feeding our soul? But another place of clutter that people don't think about are calendars. And overfilling our calendar makes for a lot of clutter because everybody then gets on overwhelmed. And one of them can do in the start of a new year is really examine their commitments and their calendar obligations and see if they have enough time in there that they're in their own vessel, or are they just being busy and not really. So clutter clearing of a calendar and planner and our obligations is really an important thing to do. And again, you start small. You say, okay, an organization I've belonged to for 25 years, but I'm not getting anything out of it anymore. I think that's a chapter that is closing. So I think I'm going to let go.
That's perfect. So I'm just going to chime in here because I just did this on, it was just this week. I challenged people. I said, what apps and programs do you pay for, or do you have on your computer that you're no longer using? It's time to dump and delete. So I went through at the beginning of the year, and I did not renew my Calendly program, and I did not renew my Buffer program because I got a different calendar program that is $39 one time versus $110 a year. And Buffer, I didn't renew because I haven't been using it because it says that everything needs to be organic, and using those tools, right? Those scheduling tools are not going to benefit you in the small business arena, right? So I just rid of those because I'm like, they're not serving me right now. And I did the same with a couple networking groups that I was a member of, and I would go once a year. It's cheaper for me to go once a year.
As a visitor.
Right? I'll pay the $45 and go once, even twice a year. And actually, and one of the memberships is really, really cheap. But I just didn't feel like I was getting anything out of it. There's a Facebook group, but I'm in 10 million Facebook groups, and I need to review that. So that's a really good tip, Sue, that we all need. So Sue was saying that we need to go through our calendars, and are we serving ourselves? Are those networking groups and those appointments, are they serving us in 2018? Right. Just because they were great in 2015, 2016, and even 2017 doesn't mean that you should still be going to the same networking groups. And I'm just going to add the same programs and apps on your computer. Let's dump and delete. Great tips.
Good. I wanted to share another tip about productivity, and this may sound a little strange, but people who want to be more productive, I'm going to suggest that you add another 50 minutes to your sleep at night. And some people say, well, I could never do that. I'm getting 5 hours of sleep a night, and I really need 4 because I have so much to do. But I really want you to just maybe for a week, give it a try and back up your going to bed routine and get 50 more minutes of sleep per night and see if your productivity doesn't soar, that you come into the new day more rested. And I wanted to just share with you something from the National Sleep Foundation, which asked women how many days in a row that they felt that they were fully rested and refreshed when they started the new day. And 25% of the women said there were 0 days in the 7 days preceding that they felt rested and refreshed. And, many women, and I think your audience is primarily women, but
Yes.
speaking to women, women wear many different hats, and we all have different obligations and responsibilities. But when we are lacking in our sleep, we're not serving anybody very well, and we're not serving ourselves. You know what they say on the airline? You got to put your own mask on first.
Ooh, that's a great
tip. To be more productive, I would suggest to the audience, just try for a week, 50 minutes extra, backing up and going to bed 50 minutes earlier, and seeing if you're not getting more productive that following day after doing that.
I really like that tip. I actually have added more sleep to my schedule the last probably 3 months or so, maybe 2 months. And it does help. I feel like you also don't get that afternoon sluggish, right? If you're getting your 8 hours sleep. So some of the women on here, Shelly said, oh my gosh, that's her, thinking she has so much to do. She's not getting enough sleep. My sister Jenny was like, yes, sleep is so important. So Stephanie said she told her toddler that, and the toddler just laughed at her, right? So a couple of the women on here, they have toddlers and they're like, yeah, we need more sleep, but it's not working with the toddlers. But, hey, you got to train them too, right?
Exactly.
Sleep is so important for everyone. So thank you for those awesome tips. What about business? We have a few minutes left here. So what do you have, business? Is there like an office strategy tip or a paper tip?
Well, certainly a paper tip would be getting things reduced that are coming into your home office or your business office by getting off of lists. So
yes.
worldprivacyforum.org has the top 10 opt-out lists. So you can opt out of receiving so much of that junk mail that you just kind of pile up.
What?
So if you
can you share that? After this show, can you put that link in because there will be people that are going to watch the replay.
That'll watch it later.
Yeah, that is fabulous. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, worldprivacyforum.org, and then we'll put in a link after the show. But just to stop the onslaught of paper coming into your home office or into your home or into your business office. They started talking about the paperless society back in the 1970s, and now we all have more paper than ever before.
Right.
So it hasn't quite worked. Some agencies and companies have actually gone paperless, but I would suggest, first of all, stop stuff from coming in. That's the number one thing. And then the second thing on productivity with your home office is really taking a look at what I call batching to the max. So it's batch to the max. And what that means is when you have phone calls to make a group of phone calls. When you have emails to respond to, then go on and check your email for a block of time that you've identified beforehand. Because if you really think about email, and Brendan Burchard talks about this, the inbox is really everybody else's agenda for you. Mm-hmm. So if you've got work to do, don't go in and start answering everybody else's email. Maybe go in and send some emails. Okay. But then have a block of time, maybe 2 times a day, maybe 3 times a day, where you go and check email and say, okay, I'm only going to check this for 30 minutes. So you're batching like with like.
Ooh, and if you've got, I like that tip.
And when you have to be out with business calls, be out and make a bunch of those in a series. So you're not going in and out, in and out, in and out. So I say schedule in and out days with your home office. So if you've got appointments outside, then schedule a group of them. So batch them.
So it sounds like being intentional in your time. It almost sounds like let's get intentional with our time. And I do what you say not to do. Like I need to sit and write emails, and then I sit there and I look at emails and I'm answering emails, and we do these battles. Yes. So it's like being really more intentional with my time. I'm going to check emails and respond in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. And it's, so it's funny that you mentioned that. I feel like it's about training our clients, right? So we're entrepreneurs. This was a question that was asked, on a Facebook group, social media marketing world volunteer group. Someone posed this question, said, do you work on Sundays? Now the ironic thing was it was a Sunday, and I typically don't. And I said, no, I don't work on Sundays. And the question was, well, what if your client, what if people were like, yeah, I work on Sundays, I answer emails. I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. And they said, well, what if your client needs something? I'm like, well, if you work on Sundays and 7 days a week, then you're training your clients that they can contact you 24/7. I said, I don't believe in that. I learned a long time ago, you have to train, whether it's in a working office or your own business, you have to train your staff or your clients when you're available. And if you are on your email 24/7 responding, that's not good. Now, I said I do look at my emails on a Sunday to know what I'm going to be hit with on Monday, but I'm not going to sit there and respond to a client at 8 o'clock on a Sunday and start a conversation.
Right. Well, I think it's all about boundaries, Mary. And as entrepreneurs, you have to have some boundaries. Otherwise, you could be running your business 168 hours a week, the total amount of hours that there are.
Sounds awful.
And that's, most people go into being an entrepreneur for freedom, and you're going to end up with less freedom than you would have had if you were in some 9-to-5 job.
Right.
So you have to set up those boundaries.
I love it. Well, our time, we could probably sit and chat for an hour. We've got comments going. We've had like 40 comments on this show.
Oh, great. Great.
Yeah, we've had a lot of engagement. This is great. And, we just wait till the people get the replay of this.
Okay.
So guys, audience, if you liked what you heard tonight, you know what? Why don't you share this Facebook Live show with your audience and help your friends, family, and colleagues with these awesome tips that Sue has dished for us.
We also have a free ebook that some of your audience members might want, and it's called Simple Strategies for Clutter Clearing You Do Now.
Oh, that's
awesome. And it's
awesome.
just a simple downloadable ebook. And it's for anybody that's listening, and you can get it at clearyourcluttercoach.com. And it's an ebook with some simple strategies. Not all of them did we cover on our call tonight, but it would get people started in thinking about stuff and thinking about what's holding them back from what they want to do.
That's fabulous. Wow, you guys. So Sue has got a free ebook for everybody watching. And then I think she also has a really special offer for our audience here tonight. So I'm going to let her describe what her offer is. Okay. And just know that we're going to put all the details in the Facebook Live in the comments. So you'll have all of that. Oh, look, my girl Stephanie, she is like a pro at this. I want to be like you on Facebook Live, Stephanie Lou. She already put the link to your simple strategies for clearing clutter ebook.
Oh, wow.
I bow down. She is my Facebook muse. So Sue, why don't you go ahead, tell our audience what you have.
Sure. Right. So I do virtual coaching and helping clients clear up their clutter so that they can live the life they imagine and deserve. And so the program that I have is 12 coaching sessions of 30 minutes each. And along with that, people get 6 emergency calls. That's kind of like 10 minutes of length. So they get additional calls for those people who are just going, I'm stuck. I'm trying to do this, but I don't know what to do. Where should I go with this? I can't make this work. And along with that, I also have autographed copies of my book. So this is my first book, Clear Your Clutter. And then I have a new book coming out later this month, and it's called You've Got the Power. It'll be available on Amazon within the next 4 weeks. And I would have 2 autographed copies of that as well. And so that program is regularly $14.95. But because of Mary and her audience and just our synergy together, I'd like to offer a 30% discount to anyone watching this program, which brings that offer down to $97. And I'm running that between now and Super Bowl Sunday, which is this Sunday, February 4th, at midnight. So if you're interested in really making this the year for you to live more clutter-free and more focused, I would be more than happy to work with any of your audience members on that. And I think there'll be a form that'll go up.
Yes.
But, and it's 12 coaching sessions, normally a week apart. But again, that depends on people's life schedule, and sometimes it works out to be a little different than that, but it usually runs 12 consecutive weeks.
Well,
one-on-one private coaching.
That is wonderful. Wow. So you guys, that is a fabulous offer that my friend Sue is providing to our audience. And if this is the year that you want to unclutter your life and reclaim your freedom, how many times are you looking for the same piece of paper or, going through your closet? Like, I am now ready to go grab a trash bag, literally. Honey, go grab me a black trash bag. Husband's home. I'm like, okay, you want me to start getting rid of stuff? I think I'm ready. And my sister Jenny, she is a minimalist. Seriously,
right.
Her house does not have a lot of clutter or decor. I'm working on that. But Sue, I just want to say thank you. Like, this has been one of my favorite Facebook live shows. And Shelly Mitch said her
great.
too in her office. Yeah, my girl Shelly Mitch needs some help with her decluttering. She's been working really, really hard. But in her defense and a little bit of mine, when you lose your mom and you have all your parents' stuff to go through and you're emotional about it, it's hard to let go. So I've boxed, I have like 4 tubs left.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. The sentimental stuff is not the place to start.
Yeah.
You've got to do that later.
That's a good tip. That's like a bonus tip, you guys.
Absolutely. You can't start with a sentimental.
Right. That's your bonus tip. Okay, well guys, we have to sign off. It's 7:36 and I'm all about not keeping you for an hour or two. It's bite-sized tips. So this is Mary Fain Brandt with the LinkedIn Bakery serving up bite-sized tips so you don't get overwhelmed. Please go back into the comments and share links of where we can donate to your organization. Grab Sue's ebook, take her up on her 30% offer, and let's keep this conversation going. And just remember that I'm back here next Wednesday because this was a bonus Facebook Live show. Right. So next Wednesday, I am back here at 7 p.m. and February is themed the F word. That means financials, because we all hate talking about our finances. So next month, we are talking about finances, and I have financial expert accountants coming on the show, and the tips. The whole month is going to be around how to get your finances in order. So Sue, thank you so much for joining me, and everyone that joined. This was a great show. I look forward to seeing you all online. Let me know how I can serve you and help you grow your business. Bye.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Good night.